Welcome back. We're in Dominica and we have my cousin Becca, her boyfriend Alex, and our friend Soph visiting us at the moment. We were staying up in Portsmouth Bay in the north of the island and wanted to check out the Indian River, which we'd heard so much about. The river is where they filmed several scenes of Pirates of the Caribbean. And this is where they built the set for Calypso's shack, which is still here today. The river takes you from the coast inland through the mangroves, and it's a great way to see and learn all about the plants and animals that live around here.
On this island there is no huge or large mammals.
Our guide was called Titus, who was great fun. He took us to the spot along the river where we got off our little boat and made our way through the greenery to learn a little bit more about the local plants and what they're used for.
That's the pineapple, that's the pineapple, that's the pineapple. But first you have to harvest these out, transplant them. This one you have to pick the fruit itself and then cut the top off. And then if you cut the top off while it's still growing, it's gonna die.
Okay.
So just before you harvest them, you pick off the offspring and you can
That one is massive.
Everyone is massive.
Yeah.
And my friend, that's the breadfruit up here.
What's that one?
Small time.
Here, let's take this.
And then you have the big time, paracetamol, lemongrass, and
Titus then took us to this bar and hooked us up with some local rum that they call dynamite, which was pretty accurate.
here we have some passion fruit, some papaya, some mangoes, bananas, some guavas. So enjoy.
Thank you.
The next day, we all signed up to go diving around the north of the island, in the protected marine reserve called Cabrits Park. This was our first time diving underwater in Dominica, so we're really excited to see how the ecosystem compared to the other islands, where there's quite a lot more tourism and marine traffic. The diving was great. We saw a lot of corals and sponges, and the visibility was pretty good that day. At one point, we could even hear humpback whales singing in the distance. We went through some pretty cool caves and crevices down there too. This is one of the benefits of going with a dive club. They know all the good spots. After going through this one cave, we came out on the other side and saw so many barracudas. You can't really see it on the camera, but there were probably about 20 or 30 just hanging out above us. After having freaked out earlier in Guadeloupe about one, I didn't really have a choice here. There was nowhere I could hide from them. We spotted a turtle at the end of our second dive, which was a nice little bonus as well. We had a really great time diving the reserve. We were also keen to dive in the south of the island too at some point, which we'd heard was also really worth it. Another waterfall, huh?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, we're at the Emerald Pool, which is another beautiful little spot. Waterfall going into this pool, and it's not too busy. I guess you'd say it's on the tourist route. You know, they made the path and the entrance, you pay the entry and stuff. And a lot of the sites in Dominica are a bit like that. And it's cool, it's nice, because it's easy to get to and stuff, and you get here easily. But I don't know, we were just talking about how it kind of takes away a little bit of the magic as well. But still, I mean, there's amazing spots everywhere.
This water was pretty cold compared to the sea, so it took a little bit of psyching up to get in. After that, we drove to another waterfall called Jacko Falls for a quick dip, before we headed over to a place called Batibou Bay, which we'd wanted to go see before our guests left. Batibou is pretty much your ideal Paradise Island beach. They also filmed a few scenes from Pirates of the Caribbean here. It turns out they shot quite a lot of scenes on the island of Dominica, which makes a lot of sense since it has that real Caribbean island feel. What are you doing, breaking swings, huh?
Sorry.
My turn. So we just went to Batibou Beach, which is, you can actually just see it behind me. It's really, really beautiful. We sat down and had some food, ordered food about 2.5 hours ago. And it arrived 2 hours later, and then we get the bill at the end, and it's like just extortionate how much we paid
For the food we got too.
Yeah,
We're trying to not let it sour the experience, because it is one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen.
it's incredible.
Like, hands
I actually
down.
think I need to get the camera out and take a pic.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's do it. But yeah, the Caribbean islands aren't cheap. You think they are, but they're not. Then we made our way back to Portsmouth Bay for the evening. I love the car rides around here, especially at golden hour, where everywhere you look it's so full of life and colourful. It's really no wonder they call it the Nature Island. We got back just in time for sundown and had a dip in the sea. The next day, we sailed over to this little cove south of Portsmouth called Secret Bay. There's a 5-star hotel perched up on the cliff there, and the beach next to it is only accessible by sea, so we were keen to see what the secret was all about. We spotted this really cool octopus on our swim there. The next day, we said goodbye to our guests and sailed down to Roseau, which is the capital of the island. We left the boat on a mooring buoy in Roseau, went into town to check out Roseau quickly, and then took a bus down to the south point of Dominica to a sleepy fishing village called Soufriere, which would be our home for the next few days whilst we did some freediving training. Thanks for watching this video and for following our adventures. If you liked it, then give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to not miss any future videos. Join us next time as we freedive in Soufriere and we both hit some PBs. We leave Dominica and we sail back down to Martinique, where we explore the north of the island and visit a rum distillery.